Alright, this is just too funny. See this box? That's what? 8 inches tall. Now here it is right here. So 13 7/8 by 9 3/4 by 8 1/2. I don't know why they made it that size. Anyway, big box, right? Chemical from Zorro. That's what I ordered. 10 milliliters of retaining compound. That's it. Alright guys, welcome back to the shop. This is, I think this is the third Fiddly Bits I've done, maybe the fourth. Anyway, this is Fiddly Bits, my version of shop updates. For my eagle-eyed viewers, you will notice that this is not my normal place that I would do this sort of desktop sort of thing. I am in the addition to the shop. I have a room here that has been basically storage for a long time. It's storage and where I keep my air compressor. Kind of a lean-to shack off of the main shop. A year or so ago, I guess I had a tree hit the roof. The roof was just a wood roof with shingles, and the tree put a little hole in the roof, and I didn't notice it for a long time, and it got worse and worse. And long story short, this room became a mold room, if you will. I actually did find mushrooms in this room. Anyway, long story short, this room is now being converted from the mold room to the grit room. Because of moving in the new lathe, I've had to rearrange the other shop, and as part of that, I need to move some machines around, and I kind of thought about it, and it's kind of an idea that was in the back of my head for a while. Anyway, let's get the gritty machines like the grinder and the belt sander. Let's get them out of the room where the more precision machines are. I'm in the process of doing it. That's kind of what's slowing me down on the lathe. So I had to put a new floor in, and I had to redo some of the roof joists, and I put a new tin roof on. It's not new tin, it's salvage tin, but works well. It's all sealed up now. Compressor's over there. The compressor's down at the moment. The compressor needs a new air filter. Got the dehumidifier in here because I'm basically dehumidifying this whole area. I also have coal in here. There's a bag of hardwood briquettes, but under that is a bunch of coal, about 200 pounds of coal. That's from my blacksmithing days, which I haven't done much blacksmithing lately. But let me talk about this real quick. This is something that was sent to me kind of out of the blue by a company called Tanbaby. It's a light that looks like a drone, basically. You'll have to forgive my wiring. Everything is sort of temporary right now. This I've been using as a drop light in here while I've been working on this room, and I beat the living death out of this thing. I'm guessing that you guys in Australia and England know what a drop light is, and that's what we call like a little work light that you just drop anywhere. Again, made by Tanbaby. It's got 5 panels that are deformable, so you can point them anywhere you want. And this thing is extremely bright. It's advertised as being 15,000 lumens. They actually come 2 to a box, so you get 2 of these. I gave one to my dad to put in his garage, and he loves the thing. He's got this and I think one other light in there now, and that basically illuminates his whole garage. Just thought I'd mention these things. Really nice company sent me these. Really cool little bit of kit. And like I said, I was trying to break it. This is actually aluminum. These are like a die-cast or aluminum. This is, I think, yeah, this is plastic. But the little arms are aluminum, and I've been beating this thing to death as a work light out here. You know, moving it all around, laying it on the floor, hanging it from the ceiling, hanging it over a rafter, all kinds of things, and it's held up really well. So if you're in need of some new lighting sources and you like LEDs, you might want to give it a shot. I'll put a link in the description. The sandblasting cabinet's going to come in here. So as far as update on the lathe goes, I don't want to show a lot because I'm in process, but I did get some gears in. These are Boston gears. They are new old stock, so I got them at a fairly decent price, and they are going to replace the broken pieces, which in case you hadn't seen it, I did put out a shorts video a couple days ago where I showed opening up the gearbox, the forward reverse gearbox, and showing the carnage in there. You might want to check that out if you're interested. I do have a plan to replace them, and this is part of the plan. So I thought about making some cutters like Chris did at Just One Guy Metalworks, or making some gears, not cutters. Well, he made cutter too, I think. I decided against that, not because I don't think my machine can do it. I just think that once I get tooled up to do that, it's going to be, you know, maybe 2 months before I get to use the lathe. And I'm way too impatient for that. So I found some gears. They're the right diametrical pitch. They're the right pressure angle. They're the right size, obviously, the right number of teeth. And we're going to modify these gears to replace these Zamek gears. As we go along here, though, I'm going to want some opinions. Obviously, you know, and Chris talked about this as well, is you're increasing the strength of one part of the gear train, and that's always at the expense of another part of the gear train. I think it'll work out fine. I've actually seen this modification done, so I know that it's possible to do and that it will work. You know, anything's possible, but we're going to do that. Like I said, I got a couple of these gears. These are US Boston gears. They're steel, but they are not hard, so they should be fairly easy to cut. This is just Zamek, which is zinc, magnesium, 10 flakes of corn, I don't know. That's sort of where we're at right now. I have started cleaning the lathe, and there will be an update video on it as soon as I get this room sorted. So again, forget my lighting issues and the fact that we are in the soon-to-be grit room. I did want to mention, someone give a shout out to them about this thing. This is my new camera stand that I am trying out. This is something that I've had for a while. It's actually a microphone stand for a stage. I was watching ARW's discussions a couple weeks ago. The fellow from Knox Machining was on there, and he was talking about how he used a microphone stand. The nice thing about it is that it takes up less floor space because it's only like an 8-inch round on the bottom. This one happens to be cast iron, so it's heavy at the bottom. I've hit enough of these on stage in the past with the neck of a bass guitar, and can tell you that they very rarely do fall over, though when they do fall over, they tend to take out teeth in the audience. This thing, yeah, it is pretty sturdy. It's got this little gooseneck on it, which not all of them come with. These are usually separate, but you can often find these stands at, like, you know, thrift shops and boot sales or whatever, swap meets, because you know, there's a lot of failed musicians out there. I thought it was a really good idea because it lets you get the tripod at the stand, instead of a tripod that's got legs coming out both ways, all three ways. It lets you get, you know, up close to something, so that you can, you know, then kind of lean over. So all I did was cut off the threads of a bolt and thread into this section, and put a locking nut on there, and then this piece just screws right on. Kind of showing it here. It's Pergear TH3 Pro. It's really nice because the camera just kind of, it's all quick detach, and it's got a ball mount. Easy to move around. It took me all of maybe 5 minutes to do that. The hole was actually just about the right size to tap, so it was a very simple little modification to make this thing. Just a public service announcement to be aware of. You know, I don't know either way if the stuff that they're selling really cheap is as good as the real stuff, but I know that the real stuff is good. So I wanted the real stuff. If you go on Henkel's site, Zorro is one of their authorized distributors, so you can be pretty confident if you get it from Zorro that it's fine. There's a couple other ones on there. Amazon is not a distributor. Anyway, quick public service announcement on real Loctite. Alright, I think I said this was going to be a quick one, and that's exactly what I think it is. Just been really busy trying to get this room ready to move some machines in, so that then I have room in the main part of the shop slash shed to spread out a little bit with the lathe and continue cleaning, continue disassembly. So I did find another problem with the lathe that I'll go into in a later video. I'm going to try to keep the lathe videos all together as one. I don't want to kind of slip a bunch into other stuff, but as always, I appreciate you guys watching and dropping by. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.